Hi, this is Tim from Latest 3DS Games, here with another Nintendo 3DS eShop update, and it is of course for the 2nd of February, being today, and it's got some 3D Classics Kid Icarus, which was available free if you registered a certain amount of games up until the end of January in the UK, but now they're charging quite a few pounds for it, I think. We'll have a look at that in a minute. There's also another few bits and pieces in the DSi downloads, etc. So, recent arrivals. There is no Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games London, unfortunately. So just looking at the downloads, we've got of course Kid Icarus and Castle Conqueror, Mighty Switch, Castle Conqueror, and there's some other bits and pieces in there. There's a few bits I've missed, which is like the Crush 3D trailer, which I didn't show you in one of the previous weeks. There's a Resident Evil Revelations interview, which is now available. In fact, Crush I think has actually come this week by the looks of it. Made a mistake there. And just looking at it, of course we had Nintendo Episode 2. And there's some old videos which I may not have shown you. Super Mario 3D Land Secrets and Challenges 2. Cake Ninja. There's also a Heroes of Ruin 3D walkthrough trailer. Again, that did come a little while ago, I feel, that one, and I probably didn't pick it up. And there's One Piece Unlimited Cruise special video. Now that's actually coming out next week in the UK. I'm not quite sure about the US date. Probably pretty soon, I would have thought. So that one's due out on the 10th. Heroes of Ruin's coming out pretty shortly as well, and there's a couple of trailers on there as well for you. And they probably came out in the last couple of weeks, to be honest. They've certainly not been there very long. So those are there to watch. I'm not going to go through them right now. New software, 3D Classics Kid Icarus. I think they're charging about £5.40, yeah, for that. Castle Conqueror, Pinball Pulse, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, that's new, and that looks like it's just a quick video preview. We might have a look at that in a separate video. And also we've got Balloon Kid, Double Bloob, Successfully Learning Mathematics, and then there's some previous old videos in there as well. So there's quite a lot in the eShop this week, and there's of course the 3D Classics. If you registered a few games, certain games, before the end of January, you would have got a code to get that free. It's now £5.40. That was only in the UK and Europe. And you can see the Resident Evil Revelations is still in there. Demo available. Unfortunately, as I said, no Mario and Sonic. You've just got the Resident Evil Revelations and Cooking Mama 4. Nintendo TV came last week. Top sellers we've seen before. So DSiWare, Diggerdan and Kaboom. We've seen that before. Cake Ninja, Commando, Plants vs Zombies. All that sort of stuff still in there. Quick Plays, it's a new category. We often see this category changing all the time. Bejeweled, Tetris, Tic-Tac-Toe, etc. All that sort of stuff. Castle Conqueror series. Let the Music Play, which is just going to be all music type stuff. Rhythmic Retro Bits, Maestro Green Groove, Just Sing Christmas Songs, a bit out of date now. And this week's video highlights. We will pop into there, and it's just going to highlight. So we've got launch trailer, Crush 3D, a bit late now, and Mario Kart 7, new download software, Resident Evil Revelations interview 1, which you might want to look at, and there's the secret challenges, and as I said, there's the Heroes of Ruin, One Piece Unlimited, and there's a couple of other older ones in there as well, Rhythm Thief, etc. Just scroll back quickly at the end there, see if we've... No, that's all Sonic and old stuff there. So that's pretty much it. Quite a few videos. I might upload maybe the Metal Gear one separately, and we might have a look at that in a separate video, see what that contains. And you might want to take a look, of course, at One Piece Unlimited Cruise, out very soon, and Heroes of Ruin, which looks like a pretty good RPG as well. So that's it for this week's update, and unfortunately I'm disappointed to say there is no demo for Mario and Sonic, which is a bit silly really, because it's London 2012 and it's also out next week, so I am disappointed not to see that, but never mind. I think the US got it last week. So this has been Tim at Latest 3DS Games. Thanks for watching.